am so excited for today's coffee chat because we are talking everything social media. And I'm not going to give you a hashtag strategy. I'm not going to teach you about the algorithm. I'm going to teach you the energetics of it. But first, I have to have a moment of honesty. This isn't coffee. I know my Ray Dunn mug says it's coffee. It's actually peppermint mocha shake because I've already had coffee and pre-workout today. So I was cutting back on the caffeine, and the shake launches next week because it's a limited edition. So I have been rationing it out the past year basically, and it's finally launching again. So I can officially drink my stash of it. So technically today's a peppermint mocha shake chat. But regardless, we are talking all things social media, and lucky for you, I was able to find my notes from when I taught the social media module live on Elevate Yourself and Income. So we are going to dive right into it. When it comes to your social media and growing, so many people want to grow on Instagram or Pinterest or TikTok or Facebook or whatever it is, and they stress about the algorithm. They think the secret is in the hashtags, or they need to buy a really expensive camera to get better photos. And we tell ourselves all of these stories as to, I can't be successful on social media, I can't grow, I can't have a massive following and make a massive impact and influence until I have blah, 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 which simply isn't true. The only thing you need to grow on social media, well, I guess technically there's two things. Practically, you need a social media account and a phone, but energetically, you need to believe that what you are putting out there on the internet is of such high service that people need to hear it. If you believed without a shadow of a doubt that what you are saying every single day, whether it's in your Instagram stories or your post or your TikTok or whatever it is, if you believed that it was so valuable and life-changing, you wouldn't have any blocks to people following you. But a lot of times we have all of this fear come in, especially when you first start a social media page. So if you're new to this realm, welcome. But especially when you first start your page, you're gonna have a lot of fears come up of, what is my family gonna think? Well, what is that random follower gonna think? Oh no, I posted about this and 10 people unfollowed me. Oh no, I'm not growing as much as I thought. And we tell ourselves all these stories and we have all these fears come up. So before you can actually grow on social media, you need to cut through all of those fears of being seen. And especially as a woman growing up and existing in this time, it could be very scary to be seen because we've always been told, hide, protect yourself, be safe. And even if it's subconsciously programmed into our mind, it comes out in other ways and forms, not just when we're in a dark alley. So you have to tell yourself, and you have to look at these stories you're telling yourself of why it's not safe to have a bigger following, what you're afraid people will think about you. If you're afraid of you talking about your passion is going to turn some people off, you're never going to grow because you're going to be too afraid of pissing somebody off. And I promise you, everybody cannot love you, right? You can't be everybody's cup of tea. It's better to be somebody's shot of whiskey. I love that quote. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'd rather be somebody's shot of whiskey, because it doesn't really matter if you have 100,000 followers if they don't connect with you, if they don't get you. It's much better to have 2,000 followers that completely understand and get your vibe and want to work with you. Because most people growing their social media, they have the end game of turning it into a business, whether it's a service-based business like coaching or a product-based business, like if you sell essential oils or hair care products or whatever it may be. A lot of people think the secret to business growth is social media growth, which is not true. But having a bigger following that connects with you can be really advantageous for your business. So how do you actually grow on social media? I know you've probably have heard tons of trainings, or if you haven't, go Google it. They'll come up immediately on, this is the best hashtag strategy for 2020. This is the best way to post your photos. This is the best way and best practices to grow on social media. And there's a different strategy that comes out every single week. And Instagram, actually, like all social media platforms, don't actually tell us what the best way to grow is, because then everyone would be doing it, right? So Instagram has never officially come out and said, this is our algorithm. This is exactly what you need to do to grow. It comes with a little trial and error, and there's just some, basic, really simple strategy things you should be doing, which again, I don't think strategy is the most important thing because it changes all of the time and there's a million ways to the top, right? The people with 1 million followers all did it a different way. So really the strategy isn't so important, and we'll talk about the energetic side of it. But just talking straight up practical strategy wise on social media, post consistently, right? Whether that's daily for you, maybe it's 3 times a week. Post consistently when you can still be providing quality. Don't just post to post. Post because you have something to say and you have a quality picture or video or whatever it is to go with it. Don't just post to post. So be consistent on the app. Keep it real. I feel like that's an energy and a strategy thing, but keep it real. Simply posting a selfie with some basic ass quote. Okay, cool. Like your lipstick's popping. You look cute in it. But are you actually helping people? Are you actually impacting people? Are you giving people a reason to follow you? When they come to your page, will they follow you? Look at your own social media right now. Would you follow you? If the answer is no, something needs to shift. So consistency, taking, good photos with natural lighting never hurts. Using hashtags. I've seen 1 million different hashtag strategies. I've seen hashtags work for me 1 million different ways. There's no set in stone rule, but Instagram has, this free marketing basically of using hashtags. So use hashtags and don't use really big ones. If you're posting about your dog, so if I put a picture of Nala up, I'm not going to use the hashtag dog because it probably has like 200 million hashtags on it. I don't know how many, but it's so many that her picture will be gone in 5 seconds because people keep posting it and hashtags are in chronological order. I'll just use a smaller hashtag like Pitsky because that's the breed that she is. Or yesterday I had hashtag spoiled dog because she is a spoiled little brat. So look for hashtags that are a little bit smaller, possibly under 200,000, so that way your post is getting seen. Mind you, if you already have 1 million followers, you can use the bigger hashtags because the algorithm will work in your favor to show it to more people. But again, this won't always be true, and that's why I don't teach a ton on social media strategy because it is always changing. So what I say today could be wrong tomorrow. So what's really more important is your energy behind what you're posting. Who are you posting for? How is it serving them? How is them seeing this post going to affect their life? If you believe without a shadow of a doubt that what you are posting on social media is so valuable and so helpful to the right audience, you're not going to be afraid to grow. So before you show up on your stories, before you show up writing a post, before you show up anywhere online, especially when it comes to your business, take a minute to center in. What do I really want to tell my following today? How can I be of service to them? How can I provide them value, right? If you just show up and you don't have your heart behind it, your vibes speak louder than your words. People can tell. So be really intentional when you're posting. And a really great thing you can do is kind of create a content calendar. So, on Mondays, you know what you want to post or what topics. On Tuesdays, you know that you want to post a reel or an IGTV. On Wednesdays, whatever it may be. Come up with a content strategy so that way okay, on Monday, I want to post something about this particular niche that I like to talk about. And it makes your life a little bit easier. But don't think you are limited to a niche. Don't think you are limited to just talking about one thing. I remember when I started my coaching business, I thought I could only talk about fitness because I was a fitness coach, so I could only talk about fitness, and I loved fitness, but it wasn't my entire life. I had other passions. I had other things that I loved. I remember when I first started, I was afraid to tell people that I was gay on social media because I thought it would turn people away from working with me. The truth is, me sharing that I was gay and in a long distance relationship at the time was where a majority of my clients came from because they were going through the same thing. And that's so important to remember on social media, especially if you own a business. Your ideal client was probably you a few months ago, a few years ago. It was you in the past, and they're looking to overcome something that you have also overcome. But if you're not being authentic, if you're not being vulnerable, if you're not sharing your story, they never get to know you, and they never get the opportunity to work with you and have their life change through your amazing work. So make sure you're opening up and sharing your life. And I always tell my team, I always tell the ladies that I coach, do not share something you are not healed from, right? There's a difference between sharing, this is a dark moment, this is how I found the light, and this is my journey, and here's how you can do the same. And sharing, I'm having a really shitty day, and leaving people in that dark place and not a way to push forward. So if you haven't healed from something, don't go share it on social media. Don't air your dirty laundry on your stories. Make sure you're healed from it and take people through that journey, because people being able to see you go from A to B and see that transformation, that is amazing for your business. And I'm not just talking about fitness coaches. I'm talking about any business that you own, even if it's a product-based business, being able to show somebody, this is my before, this is my after, this is how I got there, and this is how I can help you get there as well. People want to see the journey. They don't just want to see the after, right? If you go on social media and somebody has a perfect life, Barbie body, dream house, everything's amazing, perfect, there's never an issue, it might provide you inspiration for a hot second, but if they're not showing you that journey and how they're improving, it's probably not going to keep your attention for long. So don't be afraid to show people that messy side of you. Your mess is your message, as I like to say. So share the vulnerable parts of you. Share that story that maybe was really hard to tell. Share it as a way to inspire people and show them, hey, this is my story, this is me, and it helps your followers feel like they know you. It helps them connect with you. And that's just a really great tip, whether you're on your stories or your post or whatever it may be. Talk as if you're talking to your best friend. Talk to one person. Don't get on Instagram stories and be like, hey Instagram, how are you guys today? That feels so impersonal. I don't know what that word is. You know what I'm trying to say. Say it to one person. Say you. Don't say their name, but focus in on one person, not just them and they and you guys and Instagram followers, you. So every single time you post, are you saying they or are you saying you? Are you talking more about yourself or are you talking about ways you can help people? It's totally fine to share your story, but remember, this isn't the Tara show. This isn't the Amanda show. I loved that show as a kid. This isn't the You show. It's important to tell your story, but don't forget that people don't care about you as much as you do. Just, sorry, the world doesn't revolve around you, unfortunately. So when you're talking on social media, whether you're writing a caption or maybe you're writing an email for your email list or whatever it may be, share your part of the story, but then turn it into how this can help them, how you went through this, these are the steps you took, and this is the outcome they will get, and use the word you. Talk to one person, pretend you're talking to your best friend. And if you're struggling to get on video, if lives like this scare the crap out of you, if IGTV scares you, if you're afraid to go on your Instagram stories, pretend you're talking to your best friend. Pretend you're talking to your best friend. You're just sitting down, having a cup of coffee or peppermint mocha and just talking to her and being a real person. And it's okay to slip up your words. It's okay to curse. It's okay, whatever, because you're human, right? And people will love you for it. Nobody wants perfect. Perfect is so freaking overrated. And especially, and I'll leave you with this, if you run a business on social media and you sell a product, when you are talking about the product, make sure you're sharing your story with it. Not just, this product is great for blah, 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 and just reading off the fact sheet that somebody could Google in 5 minutes. Nobody cares about the facts. They want to know why you love it. They want to know why you think it's a value. So for example, if I was selling my peppermint mocha shake, I wouldn't sit here and just go, it's 160 calories, it has over 70 different superfoods, it has 17 grams of carbs, it has like ashwagandha and chlorella and spinach, but it tastes like a peppermint mocha latte. Like, that's so boring. Nobody really cares what's in it. They care about why I drink it. So if I was selling this shake, I would say it's my absolute favorite thing to do every single morning because I know I'm getting all the nutrition I need after a hard workout without having to make a green smoothie. Because if we're being honest, I'm not a celery juicer. I'm not the one to put spinach and kale in my smoothie. I want my smoothies to taste like a Wendy's Frosty. And this tastes like that. It has over 70 different superfoods. So I know every single nutrient, every single mineral, every single vitamin, as well as protein and probiotics and all the other things I need for good gut health are in this mug or in this blender bottle. And I don't have to worry because I have this, and it saves me so much time and also money because this is less than a Starbucks latte and it tastes even better than one. That's how I would sell something versus just saying, it's great, it has this many calories, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with anything. If you're selling essential oils, don't just share with them, the orange smells like orange and it's good for energy. How are you using it? Why are you using it? Do you use it in the morning to help wake yourself up? Do you use it during the winter to help give you more of a tropical feel when there's 6 feet of snow outside and it helps with your seasonal depression? How are you using the product and why is it of value to you? Because how you're using it and why it's of value to you is probably how your clients will use it and why it's of value to them. So really hone in on, before you post anything on social media, really hone in on, who am I? Who am I here to serve? And how is what I am sharing of value to them? If you can get really crystal clear on who you are, who you're here to serve, and what you are sharing is of value to them, coming up with content is going to be so easy. And I always get that question. How do I post? Like, what should I post? How do I know what to post? How do I know what my audience likes? If you are a coach, or if you are a personal brand, or, you know, a lifestyle blogger or a travel blogger, people want to know about you. People want to get to know you. I always say to my Beachbody coaches, Beachbody is not your business. Beachbody is just simply a small part of you. Beachbody is not your entire brand. It's just something that you do. You are the brand. You are the prize. You are what people want to work with. So share you and then share the product on the side. You are the focal point. People want to work with you. And even with product-based businesses, some of the most successful ones are ones where you know the CEOs, because now you feel like you have a connection with them and you're not just buying a product, you're buying into a brand. So remember, post about whatever you like. I say usually narrow it down to 5 things that kind of make you you. So for me, that's health and nutrition and fitness, LGBTQ and social justice. Of course, we got my dog who's currently laying on my charger. Spirituality, crystals, EFT tapping, all of that stuff. And then a little bit of home projects, DIY crafts, stuff like that. Those are my 5 things that I'll always post about, because those are the 5 things I love. So find 5 things that you love, post about them in any way that you like. If you love reels, do reels. If you love writing really long posts, do that. Do whatever you love. You will always be most successful with that. And know that what you are sharing is of such high value that people have to follow you so their life can change through your work. And then the right inspired action will come to use this hashtag or follow this training on strategy that came out yesterday and is most accurate, or to post at this time, and the inspired action will come so you have the right strategy. But if your energy isn't behind what you are doing and you don't believe that what you are providing people is of high service, it doesn't matter how many hashtags you use, it doesn't matter how great your photo is, if you don't believe it's worthy of being seen. So get your energy right first. Do what is most fun for you on whatever platform you're on. And for the love of God, if you hate a certain part of the platform, for example, I hate editing videos. It is not my favorite thing to do. So I make sure that I'm not committing to making a YouTube video every single week, because I don't really like video editing. The only videos on my YouTube are this, because I literally save it, put a pretty background on it, and put it up on YouTube. Which, by the way, if you're ever looking for previous coffee chats, they're over on YouTube at IGTV. But find what you like. Do what you like on the app. Know that what you're providing people is of high service. And get out there and don't give a damn what people think. Because I promise you, 3 years ago, I was so worried about, oh my God, what are they going to think? And now I'm sitting in my dream house, hanging out on Instagram Live for work. So do I care what people think anymore? No, because I'm living my dream life. And if somebody's not living your dream life, if they're not paying your bills, sleeping in your bed, or living the life you want to live, their opinion is irrelevant. So it's safe to be seen, it's safe to go big, it's safe to have a massive impact and following and have a massive influence on people's lives, and you are allowed to get paid for your amazing gifts if you are a business owner. So I hope this is helpful if you want to dive deeper into social media and the energetics of Instagram and running a business and having clients pay you and allowing in abundance. I talk about all of that in Elevate Yourself and Income, which closes on Halloween. It is a 6-module course with live trainings just like this, a little bit longer. Each of them is probably about 30 minutes to an hour, and I go into all things on getting clear on who you are and who you're here to serve and what your business is. I talk about the practicals of social media a little bit more, as well as the practical side of running a business. And then of course we talk a lot about the energetic side of running a business, how to manifest your dream clients, how to allow abundance to flow to you, how to make a business that you love and run it with ease, because I always believe you are most successful when you're having fun. So this course is basically teaching you how to make your business fun again, how to make it easy, and how to be extremely profitable doing what you love. So if you feel called, if you feel led, all the details are over in my bio. And as always, my DMs are open if you have something you want to talk about on the coffee chat or today's peppermint mocha shake chat. But I will put this up on YouTube so you can watch the recording, and I will see you next Tuesday for a coffee chat. Bye, babes.